All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Mom's Basement. I am Buffalo Ben, your kind of co-host. I'm here with my best friend Ryan. Again, we do this podcast just because, we want to and have a good time. Talk about sports all the time and might as well record it and see who's right.
It's usually me, Bo.
Ooh, you almost made me put money in the swear jar.
How dare I?
All right, this episode's about week 3 coming up. Thursday night football, 49ers, Giants. I think this game is not even going to be fun to watch.
I think 49ers win easily.
The spread's 10. Would you take the Giants to lose by 10?
Yes.
You would bet on the Giants?
I bet the Giants would lose by more than 10.
Okay, so you're taking the 49ers.
49ers.
10-point spread.
Yep.
Yep, I agree. I think the game's going to be more of a blowout. I kind of predicted this to be a blowout, kind of like the Steelers to lose by 21 points or more against the 49ers. I see this being a big blowout. All right, 1 o'clock game, Bills, Commanders. I think this is going to be another blowout.
Do you?
I mean, the Bills are great. This isn't biased. I think the Bills will smoke them.
Which Josh Allen's going to show up, though? The Josh Allen that throws for 3 touchdowns or the Josh Allen that throws 3 interceptions?
Well, I think Josh Allen week 1 is over.
Do you think so?
He has to be. If he wants to be serious and he doesn't want to get traded or dropped. No, he's not going to get traded or dropped, but if he wants to be considered an MVP candidate, he's got to start playing better. And I think that was a wake-up call, especially when the Bills fans booed him.
Yeah.
I don't ever see that ever happening, and that happened, and he took that one to heart. There's no way he loses to Commanders.
So you think Buffalo wins easily?
I do think Buffalo wins easily. I wouldn't doubt that the Commanders could cover the 6.5 point spread.
I think Washington's going to win this game outright.
Okay. Do we want to make this a $5 bet to Riley?
We can.
Okay. You have Commanders. I have Bills.
Yep.
This will be great. Bills, you better not upset me again.
Washington is playing good. They're 2-0. I think that they win this game.
Oh, man, I should have bet Pizza Hut Pizza, too, for the next time we film. I'm almost positive this is...
Yeah?
I think you're high on Washington like you're high on the Bears.
I'm not as high as the Bears anymore. They've disappointed me.
It's only been 2 weeks.
I know, but still.
All right, another 1 o'clock game. Your Colts and Ravens.
My heart wants to say the Colts, but I don't know the health of Anthony Richardson, and Ravens have been playing pretty decent. I want to say the Colts, but I can see the Colts winning, but I'm going to say Baltimore.
It's in Baltimore. It's with a good defense. I'm sorry, the Colts are not going to... They're not... I would still pick the Ravens with 8 points, plus 8 points.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be closer than people give it credit for.
I don't think Anthony Richardson's playing, so this is...
I seen Gardner Minshew play pretty good last week. Granted, it was against the Texans, but...
Sometimes you make me want to pull my hair out with the stuff that you say.
I still think the Colts play this game tough. Baltimore's probably going to win, but I think it's going to be closer than people think.
Okay, what do you think people think? Close is like what, 8 points, 7 points, 10 points?
I think it will be within a touchdown.
Within a touchdown. So you're taking the Colts on an 8-point spread.
Yes.
They can lose by up to 8 points.
Yes.
Whew. Without Anthony Richardson, I don't think that's possible. Titans, Browns. Man, this is a battle of the toilet bowl here.
Beginning of the year, I would have said the Browns, but Deshaun Watson's playing like doo-doo.
They don't have Nick Chubb.
They don't have Nick Chubb. As much as this pains me to say it, I hate to say this, I think the Titans win.
You know what? For the first time, I'm going to agree with you. Even though Cleveland's the favorite to win by 3. I would take the spread in a heartbeat, but Titans upright win right there.
Yep, me too.
Broncos, Dolphins.
I think this is going to be an easy win for Miami.
I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be.
2 touchdowns.
At least?
At least.
So the 6.5 point spread's being nice, huh?
Yes.
I don't agree. I agree with you. I think they still have faith in Russell Wilson.
I don't even care if it's in Denver or if it's in Miami.
It's in Miami. It's even worse.
Even better. So, yeah, Miami's going to win this game easily.
So do you know the science on the Miami Dolphin Stadium?
What's that?
So when it's hot, the other team feels it because the other side where the Dolphins stay is shaded.
Yeah.
The sun is beating down on the away team the whole game. and it is hot and you're sweating and it's slippery, the ball is slippery, it makes it give the advantage to the Dolphins.
Strategy.
It is strategy. It's a beautiful home field advantage stadium for sure. Again, that's why I don't see 6.5 points being fair. I think it's going to be more like 13.5.
At least.
Yeah, so I agree with you. Patriots, Jets.
Ooh. This game, I tell you what. The way the Jets played against the Cowboys, Zach Wilson throwing, 3 interceptions? You can't do that against a Belichick team.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't think Bill Belichick's team is good enough to win. Jets' defense is actually pretty good.
It is. But
think that's what'll keep 'em in the
is the
game.
Jets' offense going to make so many mistakes that they put the Jets' defense in bad situations?
It'll still definitely be a low-scoring game, I think.
I don't have any faith in Mac Jones, but I can see the Patriots winning this game.
Okay.
And that pains me to say, too.
The Patriots are favored to win by 2.5. I think I'd take the spread on the Jets, and they can lose the game by 2.5 points or 1 point.
Yeah. It's going to be a close game, but
Yep, I still favor the Jets just because they beat the Bills. If they could beat the Bills, they could beat anybody. And that's a fact. Ryan,
Okay.
That's a fact.
okay.
All right, this is one of the best games I have all week, Falcons-Lions.
Falcons-Lions.
This is the one I have voted for the best game of the week.
Yeah. I can see it. I just Lions disappointed me last week. I thought they were going to come out and just 2-0, go all over Seattle, and lost in overtime.
And that's why I think it's going to be a great game. They're going to want to prove themselves worthy of being an elite team. And the Falcons are cruising. The Falcons are playing a great game. I think as long as they keep their heads in the game and not, if they get down, they start losing.
I think this is the game that they get knocked down a pedestal. I think Detroit wins.
Okay. I mean, I could see it, but my upset is going to go with the Falcons. I'm high on Ritter, dog. I'm high on Ritter.
I know you are.
I think this is the last 1 o'clock game. Nope, I lied. Saints-Packers.
Saints and Packers.
I want to say the Saints.
I want to say the Saints too, but we'll see. Like Jordan Love, he's played really well, but it hasn't really been week 1 with Chicago. Their defense is subpar, as much as that pains me to say.
Yep, this is the last game of suspension for
Kamara.
So this is a lucky day for the Packers.
But
I think if Kamara plays, it's a different outcome.
I still see the Saints winning, though.
I hope so. That's who I have, and I will take the spread on Green Bay 2.5.
Yep, I agree.
All right, this is the last one. Nope. Jeez, there's so many 1 o'clock games. Texans-Jaguars.
These division games, man, I tell you what. Last year, the Texans beat the Jaguars.
Yes, this is the one I'd take the spread on. Jacksonville's favored by 9.5. I could see the Texans losing by 6, 7 or less.
It's
By a
in
touchdown or
Jacksonville.
less, yeah.
It's in Jacksonville, I'd say.
And Jacksonville did not play well against the Chiefs. They have a lot. They
But
have a lot to prove.
they're still going to beat the Texans.
They
The
will beat
Texans, they have pretty much their backup offensive line. Both their safeties are hurt.
Yep,
I
they
mean-
will beat them. I don't disagree, but do you think they could beat them by 9.5 points
Yes.
in a division game?
Yeah, Jacksonville's or
Okay.
Houston's just not healthy right now.
Okay. All right. Let's see if you're right. I don't think they're going to beat them by 2 possessions. All right. Another game of the week that I have here. Chargers-Vikings. 2 teams that need a win bad.
This is one of my games of the week as well.
Aha ha ha!
2 0-2 teams, and I think the Chargers win.
2 0-2 teams that really need a win.
Yes.
Both teams should be 2-0 or had the potential to be 2-0. The Chargers should have been 2-0. The Vikings probably should have been 1-1. But unbelievable, this game is more important to anybody, just both those teams.
Yes.
This will make or break a season for this team.
The Chargers win this game, and I think it's because the Chargers have a better defense.
I'm kind of picking the Vikings because I made a lot of bets with you, and I really need a win out of the Vikings.
You know how low I am on the Vikings this year. So
Yes, but here's another thing. If the Vikings lose, they still have a chance to get second in the division. As if the Chargers lose, they don't have a chance to get second in the division. That's how close I think that division is going to be.
Chargers need to win, or they can start shooting for a wild card. Maybe I don't even know if they can get that. It's going to be tough.
Start trading some veterans, rebuild. All right, 425. We have the Panthers Seahawks.
I I got Seattle in this game.
I don't see why I wouldn't have Seattle either. I think Bryce Young played pretty well, though.
He did. He played well Monday night. He just needs some help.
I could see an upset happening here, depending on the balance of the Seahawks, but it is in the Seahawks home stadium. Very loud stadium.
Seattle has 2 elite wide receivers. They have a decent running back.
Yep.
As long as Geno Smith keeps it under control, I think.
And their offensive coordinator works around Geno Smith, which makes the world of difference.
I think that Seattle wins this game.
All right, Cowboys Cardinals.
Do we even have to talk about this game?
I think it's literally the battle of the worst team and the best team in the NFL right here.
Cowboys by at least 20.
Yeah, I think you're being nice. I was going to say 45, but yeah. Good thing we don't make the odds for ESPN.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, Bears-Chiefs, another one of those 20-point games here.
I mean, I love the Bears, but they are struggling right now.
Too bad.
The Chiefs are going to win this game. Bears coaching staff needs to change their philosophy ASAP, or they're not going to win a game this season.
Wow.
That's
a bold statement.
That's how bad that they are coaching right now.
Okay. I don't think it was that bad. Honestly, the 4 o'clock games, the 4:25 games this week are terrible. This might be a Sunday afternoon where you grill out and not watch football.
No, it's not.
I can't believe that. I just said that.
Yeah.
No.
What do you think?
I'll take that back. Too bad we can't edit these things out. I mean, we could, but who wants to?
Right.
They hear you say some stupid stuff, and I say stupid stuff, right?
Controversy gets cash.
Say that again?
I said controversy gets cash, right?
Okay. All right. The Sunday night game. Steelers-Raiders.
That's a Sunday night game?
Yeah.
Go
Raiders.
I think Pittsburgh's going to win.
Let's go Raiders. How can you say the Steelers are going to win? Have you watched any of the games the Steelers played this year?
I watched the Monday night game against Cleveland.
And how terrible did they look?
But Cleveland has a decent defense. I'll give them that. Raiders.
Oh my gosh.
The Raiders don't have that good a defense.
I agree with that statement compared to the Browns, yes. But the Raiders' offense, I think, is way more explosive than the Browns' offense. And I don't think the Steelers' defense is good enough for that. Devontae Adams, man.
Yeah.
Hunter Renfrow.
Hunter Renfrow has barely been targeted this year.
And that's crazy.
That is crazy.
He's like a Cole Beasley. Like, Jimmy G needs to get his act together and give that man the ball.
And then Devontae Adams, is he going to play? I know he got banged up last week against the Bills. So
yeah, but he didn't leave the game. I was there. He did not leave.
Yeah.
The Raiders didn't get much of the ball, though, in the second half. So
I say Pittsburgh wins by a field goal.
Do you want to make this another $5 bet to the donation jar?
No.
Not that confident in the Steelers.
No, because I can see.
Would you take the Steelers over the Bears?
Yes.
Would you take would you take the Bears over the Cardinals?
Yes. I take the Bears over the Texans.
Okay, so maybe they're the bottom 3 teams, just not the worst. Okay, let's go to Monday. Another doubleheader Monday. When did they start doing this?
I guess this season.
I don't know if I like that.
One's on ABC, one's on ESPN.
And that's terrible in my opinion, because now you have to controversial watch 2 games that are probably going to be really good.
They did a double box for a little bit of it.
Yeah, you're going to have to go to the bar and watch it on multiple TVs.
Yeah.
Eagles, Bucks.
This is one of my games of the week.
Okay.
I want to see what Tampa Bay's made of.
Me too. That was my upset game of the week, yeah. I'm going to be high on Baker Mayfield, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump on the bandwagon, go Baker.
I love Mike Evans. He's a great player, and I want to see Baker and Mike Evans do good.
Yep.
But Philadelphia's tough. They really are. If they get their offense rolling like they can, they are a tough team to beat.
Yep. Still, I don't think they're the team to beat yet.
Not yet. They've been out of sync all year. So
yeah. Once the Eagles play the Cowboys, I think that'll be a really fun game to watch.
Yes.
All right. So who do you have? Eagles, Bucks.
I have the Eagles, but it's gonna be close.
Do you think that the Bucks can lose by at least 5 points or less?
Yeah, I think the Bucks will.
All right. So you take the Bucks on the spread of 5.
Yep.
Rams, Bengals, last game of the night. It's a must-win for the Bengals.
It is. It really is. But if Burrow's not healthy, they're not going to win the game.
You don't think so? Even with how bad the Rams are?
The Rams have been playing decent.
Yeah, their schedule hasn't been...
They played the 49ers last week. But
they got smoked.
They're not targeting Jamar Chase as much as they should be in Cincinnati. And I know T. Higgins got 2 touchdowns last week, but that was in the second half when they were trying to come back. I just see Burrow over there on the sideline massaging his calf, and he's just not right.
Who is the backup quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals?
That's a good question.
I'm going to look it up right now. Who do you think it is?
Honestly, I don't know. That is a really good question. But unhealthy Joe Burrow is not good for Cincinnati. Cincinnati fans, if Burrow doesn't come back, I would start panicking.
If he doesn't come back, or
if he misses any significant amount of time, like 3-4 weeks, they might as well just start planning for next season. That's my opinion, anyways.
I mean, again, that division's tough. So
yes,
if you're 3-0 down, that's just not.
Because they're already 0-2, and if Burrow's out for a month, they're going to be 0-6.
All right, I know who the backup quarterback is.
Who is it?
Jake Browning.
Jake Browning.
Never heard of this guy.
I heard of him in college. He went to where did he go to? Washington, maybe.
Where?
Washington Husky.
Yeah, he was a Washington Husky and signed with the Minnesota Vikings as an undrafted free agent in 2019.
Yep.
And has been backing up Joe Burrow since. Wow, how did you know that? That is such a random fact to know.
Because I remember that name from watching college football.
Really?
Yep.
I can't believe you didn't know that he was a backup quarterback.
I didn't know where he was. I just
all that knowledge that you have on this guy, that you had no idea where he's at, but you know the college that he played for. This is insane. I honestly don't even know if I would have been able to tell you that college. That wasn't even in my top 5.
No?
No, it's not a Power 5 conference, so
it's
how
a
would
Pac-12.
I know? Pac-12 is not that one.
It's a Power 5 conference.
Yeah, but not. Washington's not a Power 5 team.
I didn't say they were. I just said they were in a Power 5 conference.
Who's the Pac-12's Power 5 team? Oregon,
USC,
Utah.
Mr.
Kincaid for the Buffalo Bills came out of there. Heck yeah. I almost said it. I almost donated. Oh! All right, so let's talk about your best games. You never told me what are the best games of the week.
I got a tie between the Chargers and Vikings and Eagles and Bucks.
Okay, who's your upset of the week alert?
Washington over Buffalo.
Oh, my gosh. You really want me to take your face and just put it in the toilet and flush it?
You got to watch out for Washington. I think they can beat Buffalo. I really do.
Washington's an inconsistent team. They're good, but they're inconsistent. Could they beat Buffalo? Yes. Will they beat Buffalo? No.
Their defensive line, Chase Young and company, are going to give Josh Allen fits all day during that game.
You're willing to put $5 to a donation, which is great. This is what we like to do. Let's see what we raise. But would you be willing to put $100 on DraftKings straight up that Washington beats Buffalo?
$100? I don't make that big a bet on anybody.
Yeah, but this is how confident you are. I want to test your confidence.
I'd probably put a $20 bet.
$20 bet? That's still a pretty good bet.
Yeah.
Would you try to do 50 if you got your money back?
If I got my money back, if I guaranteed got my money back, I would probably put 50, yes.
Okay. Would you bet 50 if you weren't guaranteed money back?
I'd have to think about it.
Okay. You really think that the Commanders have a chance to win?
Yes.
You wouldn't just bet on the spread?
No, I'd bet money line.
Okay, because the Bills could still win and just cover the spread at 6.5.
Right, but I think Washington wins that game outright. I really do.
That is crazy. High scoring or low scoring?
I think it would be 24-20.
24-20, so mediocre. What would it take for the Bills to win that game, in your opinion? You have the Commanders for what reason? Just because they have potential, or because that you think they're a better team than the Bills?
I don't think they're a better team than the Bills, but I love their defense and Sam Howell. He gets it done. I think
he gets it done. It's only been 2 weeks.
He's got it done these 2 weeks. He's impressed me.
With Arizona and Denver.
Denver has a decent defense.
Yeah, but those are the bottom 2 teams. Sam Howell hasn't played an elite defense. You can't say that he's getting it done.
He's getting it done.
Played
they're 2-0. They're 2-0, aren't they?
They're 2-0 against two teams that are going to be in the top 5 draft pick this year.
I love Washington's defense.
Washington plays Buffalo, Philly in the next 2 games. I would be really shocked if they won either of those.
I think they could win 1 out of 2.
You're picking you just want to boil my blood, don't you?
I think their defensive line is going to give Josh Allen fits. Josh Allen's going to make bad decisions, throw interceptions, try to do too much, like try to run, maybe fumble.
So what would it take for you to understand the Bills are going to win this game? What would the Bills have to do for you to be like, okay, or if you were the coach in the locker room to beat the Washington Commanders, what would you say?
I think that if the Bills win this game, they're going to have to play a clean game, and Josh Allen's going to have to be turnover-free and make smart decisions. If the Commanders don't get any turnovers, they're not going to win the game. But if they get any turnovers, they're going to win the game. Because Josh Allen tries to do too much. He forces balls in sometimes that doesn't need to be thrown. And if he throws 1 or 2 picks and then tries to run and maybe get a fumble or something, that's how I think Washington wins this game, because they're good at creating turnovers.
Can you name a matchup for the Bills offense to the Commanders defense that would be exciting to watch that Josh Allen couldn't pick apart that defense?
I think Chase Young and Montez Sweat from the defensive line is going to be in Josh Allen's face a majority of the game.
I think that there's potential for that to be accurate. I don't think it's going to be accurate the whole game. I don't see them being able to survive the whole game. I think it'll be close in the first half, but the Bills are going to smoke them in the second half. But I'm talking about secondary, middle linebackers. I'm talking anybody else on the defense that has to cover Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid. You got 4 primetime catchable wide receivers. Then you got all the other guys that can come around. You got
that's
Shakir.
That's all well and dandy, but what if Josh Allen's running for his life and can't make those throws to those receivers?
If the Bills can't adjust to that after the first half, then maybe you're right. Those Commanders have a chance to win. But I don't see the Bills not being able to adjust being an elite team.
It wouldn't surprise me if the Bills won this game, but I still think the Commanders can beat the Bills.
I mean, I like your confidence, but again, I just don't see what evidence Washington has done for you to be able to take an elite team like the Bills, a top 5, at the beginning of the season, top 5 team.
Yeah.
They struggled week 1. They're back on track week 2. Let's see what they could do week 3. But Washington's only played Arizona and Denver.
So you don't see any way that Washington wins this game?
I do see, like you said, the defensive line could give Josh Allen problems. But I don't see any way that the Washington Commanders finish the game like they would start the game.
So like I said, if Washington goes in there, gets 0 turnovers, 0 sacks, Josh Allen plays a clean game, they don't stand a chance.
Look, I think Washington can have two picks, 2 fumble recoveries or something in the first quarter, and I still think they lose the game because I don't see an adjustment just not happening for the Bills.
So like if that happens in the first quarter and Washington jumps up 21-0, do you think the Bills could still come back?
I do. I see the Bills make an adjustment to where they're going to play a more aggressive Bills-style offense. They're going to start throwing the ball. And once you do the quick slants, you're getting rid of the defensive line. The defensive line is going to be tired. Stephon Diggs is going to be running all over that. The way to win the game is going to be this quick slants. If all the Washington Commanders have is the defensive line, which that's what you're saying, it's very easy to stop the defensive line by doing quick slant plays and quick tosses or pitches or draw plays or dumping it to the running back.
Yeah, but
it's very easy.
Buffalo going to make those adjustments? So they've been struggling with adjustments.
That's what I'm saying. If they're dumb enough to not make the adjustments, then yeah, but I would be very offended if they were dumb enough not to make that adjustment.
Because me and you sitting here watching the game, if we can see stuff that needs to be adjusted, and we're not NFL coaches, we're not anything like that, but if we see stuff that needs to can be adjusted, and they don't do it, that's when we're like, what are they thinking? You know?
You look at you're like, seriously, is this a joke? But no, they should adjust. I know after being at the home opener in Buffalo, the fans let them hear it, and the fans were not happy with our offensive coordinator. They were not happy with the way Josh Allen was running his offense. If Josh Allen doesn't get to pick or read the defense, and it's all offensive coordinator, then you don't need an elite quarterback in Buffalo. You could take a Kirk Cousins who can throw the ball. It's just not elite. You could take a Jimmy G and have him at quarterback and still save some cap room and get rid of Josh Allen and still have the offensive coordinator call the plays, tell him exactly where to throw it. You don't need an elite quarterback for that kind of style of offense, and that's exactly what the Bills are running. But I think after week 2, when their lights turned on and said, hey, we have an elite quarterback, he can run, we can make him mobile, let's start doing that a little bit more. Flush to the right, flush to the left. We scored 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, but I mean, we've had a small sample size this year at Buffalo, but going back to last season, it seems like there's just some games where they were sharp. They were getting touchdown, and then there were some games that like, they didn't even know how to throw a football. You know, it's just like, so what Buffalo Bills team is going to show up Sunday against Washington?
That's true. I still think the worst Buffalo Bills team has a chance to beat Washington, and that's the point I'm trying to tell you.
And I understand. I can see Buffalo winning this game, but I can also pick this as my upset because I can see Washington being there,
pulling a miracle out of their butt.
Why?
There's no way they're going to pull a miracle out of their butt against my team.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So, what was your upset?
My upset was the Bucs over the Eagles,
which I can see happening too.
It's very possible,
yes.
Especially being a primetime game.
Yes. Well, it's not Kirk Cousins at quarterback, so we're right.
And honestly, I think Baker Mayfield, again, I keep saying it, he's found his home. He's got his elite wide receivers that he's able to play with, and he doesn't have to be the leader. He just has to be the team player, and that's where Baker, I think, is going to strive.
Right. What was your spread?
The spread on the Bucs Eagles.
Your spread of the week that you would take.
Oh, the spread of the week. Ooh, let me double check this. I want to make sure I get this very accurate so your face can get spoiled in the toilet. I like the spread. The best spread of the game is going to have to be the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans at 9.5.
Yep, you got that one.
Yep.
I have the Titans spread because they got the Titans +3.
Yep.
And I think the Titans win that game outright.
Yep. That's a good one. And I do kind of like the fact that they have the Chargers Vikings at even.
Yeah.
They don't want to put a spread on that. Because that's literally a coin flip. That's one of those which team is going to show up. But man, oh man. I can't believe you think the Commanders have a chance to beat the Bills.
Trying to get you to donate to that jar, man.
That's just like saying the Bears are going to win the division. Oh,
I never said that.
You said that.
I said they were going to get a wild card.
You said they were going to make the playoffs.
Which I'm kind of regretting right now.
Yeah, it's not a very educational pick right there for you. All right, we're going to wrap up this episode here. This is our week 3 picks and banter, I guess you can say. Feel free to comment that Ryan's wrong. We'd love to see that. For now, thank you again for listening, and feel free to comment, share. We might have a guest next time. I know there's a couple of Dolphins fans that want to get on here, and
interesting to see what they have to say to the Bills fan.
I really don't want to have them on here, but we'll see what happens. All right, thanks again for listening. This is another episode of Mom's Basement.